This is the Modern Vibes on Vibes Radio.
Radio Wagwan Nairobi. 19 minutes after 8, manze. Hope unaji nice wherever you are. Kumbuka, we're getting into the main conversation of the day. You know, I love this segment, Bana Riley. It's all about MJADALA, Bana, court of public opinion. And leo ni normal because we are talking all things leadership and women. We're bouncing off the conversation jana. Kumbuka jana ilikuwa International Women's Day.
Yeah.
Well, it was I can just say it was a good day, but also a bad day in certain, of course, good to probably other countries. Lakini hapa hivi mtaani.
Yeah.
Sad day for Kenyans, manze. Whatever we experienced today, you know, the lady that got attacked by a few boda riders who over Forest Road. I mean, wase walikuwa shocked sana. So we're bouncing off that, and we're going to be having a conversation with a special guest. I'm going to let her introduce herself. Lakini, we're also asking you a question up hivyo kwa social media yetu bana. If you head on to our hashtag Kwambox and Kev, the handle Kamakawa is at Vibes Radio KE. Tunakuliza. This is with regards to mambo ya the crackdown that happened yesterday that was actually ordered by the president yesterday. Tunakuliza, do you think that the crackdown on border riders, introducing new regulations and registering them afresh, will help to curb rogue border riders? This, a few, see what. Do you think so? Do you think it will help? So far, 65.9% wanasema yes, and then 34.1% wanasema no, never, ever. Tutakuwa tunasoma hizo comments when we come back. In fact, some people are saying it was reactionary. So we'll try and make sense of that conversation as we proceed with this, with this interview. And yes, I'm honored to introduce to you a lady that goes by the name of Pollyne Owoko. Pollyne, karibu sana Vibes Radio.
Asante, nashukuru.
Yes.
My name is Pollyne Owoko. I'm excited to be here. I'm a member of the National Women's Steering Committee.
Amazing.
Which is anchored under an organization called Crown Trust.
Mm-hmm.
We work a lot with women, youths, and persons with disability.
Yes.
And we work towards their political participation, social issues, political issues, just to make sure that there's a balance in politics, social, and economic issues to try and leverage persons with disabilities, women, and youth.
Asante sana, Pollyne. So, first of all, do you listen to reggae music?
Yes, I do.
Who's your big time artist? Who's your favorite?
Well, I may not remember their name, but I can tell you I love reggae. I was enjoying myself when I walked in.
I'll give you Bob Marley.
Yes,
one
Bob
of the
Marley,
top artists
Alpha
ever.
Blondie.
Alpha Blondie. There you go. Uko sawa. So, karibu sana. Of course, mazema guys, kama uko na swali na unadai kuuliza Pollyne, tafadhali unajua formation. The hashtag is Kwambox and Kev. And now let's just dive right into it. We'll start with the first one. Jana bana, it was a crazy situation. Whatever happened uko Forest Road. A lady was attacked by border riders. Apparently, they say allegedly it was a slight accident. And then they became so angry, ganged up around her. It almost turned into a sort of like a mob justice situation. When you saw this and when you watched that clip, what was going through your mind?
I actually felt really bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that could have been me. And when I saw that video, the lady was really screaming, someone save me. She was traumatized and really screaming, and she was like, save me, and nobody was there to save her. And the question I want to ask the public today is, would they have done that if it was a man?
Apparently wamechoma magari mingi za machali pia.
Yes, but would they have stripped a man naked?
Of course not.
Of course not.
Yes.
So that clearly shows how the society rates women. Yeah, it shows how the society demeans a woman. When a woman is involved in an accident, then the best treatment to give her is to strip her naked.
Oh no.
Yeah, because that is what it says.
Yes,
what does it say to our children? It says to our children that a woman, when she is involved in something bad, then she needs to be punished by stripped of her dignity, by stripping her of what was that really supposed to mean, And I want to say it now because I believe that there are women who are listening. You also have to protect yourself. In the future, if any accident happens to you and you're the driver, drive to the next police station. Don't stop. roll up your windows, drive to the next police station, report the matter, because then you will be secure.
Apparently that is what wase wengi wanasema hapo hivyo kwa social media. In fact, the saying, better be safe than
sorry.
So
Yes.
you'd rather rush to the police station where you can at least you feel secure. Unacheki.
Yes.
So, but my other question to you is, Madam Pollyne, Pollyne, right? Is it hard being a woman in Kenya?
Yes, it is. However, there's been a slight improvement in terms of women being given or women taking up the status that they need to take. Like, for instance, the society demeans women.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. And women are looked at second class, and they're seen or are needed to be in the house front. They are not seen as people who can be leaders. They are seen to be leaders who should be out at the homestead,
cooking,
cooking, taking care of children and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's a role, yes. But they can also be leaders. Women can be leaders in business. We have women who have been gurus in business. We have women who have actually achieved in the political leadership. We also have women women have achieved in all sectors per se. So you can't quite stigmatize a woman and say that they actually can do nothing. They can only be at the homestead.
Yes.
There's been meaningful growth in terms of women taking up leadership positions.
Yes.
There are more women in the corporate sector. There are more women in the business sector.
In sports.
And even in sports, we have women.
Opinion leaders.
And even
right.
in politics, we do have women.
Yeah.
But we have still not achieved the requirement that is constitutional. The constitution is very clear that there need to be 30% representation of women in leadership position. That is both political,
Yes.
also corporate, and also socially. All right? So we've had a government that would have even appointed women into appointive positions, which are very clear in the constitution that they need to be 30% representation of women. They have not done that.
Which is not the case.
Which is not the case.
Quite unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because that is something which you can expressively do as a leader because it's a requirement in the constitution. What is stopping you from doing that? Though we have made significant improvement in terms of women getting into positions, it's still not good enough. We still need to be on this journey of making sure that we get to that 30% and even get to 50%.
Yeah, especially in a country like Rwanda, ukicheki vile hiyo parliament yao iko, I think it's about 60% women. And which leads me to the next question, because I know you also ran for an elective position hapa Makadara in 2007, right?
Yeah.
When you look at, because right now we're in a very, tunaingia sasa hii season ya politics, imeanza kushika. I mean, now there's clearly, I saw an article yesterday, no, it wasn't yesterday, I think must have been on Monday, about, now they're saying that kuna wamama wengi who are getting into elective positions, which is a good sign. Clearly, Kenya is a progressive society. My question to you is, Pollyne, do you think, or rather, what should a woman do to prepare herself for leadership? What does she have to have checked from your experience running for a political seat?
First of all, I would say the more the merrier. If you look at the past elections that we have had, we've had very few women coming out. We need to have lots and lots of women coming out, all right? It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what qualification you have, because those are not the basis that we use for judging the men. So you get out there. A leader, a political leader, is a reflection of the society.
Yeah.
All right? So in this society, we have people who are educated. We have those who are not educated. We have those who are semi-educated. And all these people need representation. So we need political leaders coming out from all those backgrounds that I've mentioned. So we need people who are educated. We need those who are semi-educated. We need those who are not educated. Come out so that the public and the society can see that actually they are women. It's about what can you do for your people.
But how do you get started? I mean, unajua ni rahisi kusema, okay, come out.
Yeah.
I've declared I want to run for MCA, my MP.
Yeah.
But you have to have some things in check. For
Exactly.
example, we had a conversation here with a brother called Tom Boyer, a researcher. We found out walikuwa nasema you need about 30, you need about an average of 34 million to run for women rep. I mean, do you need money to actually make it in leadership as a woman?
There are two ways to look at this. In politics, there are two things that are required. Either people and resources. So you need to have one. So what are you bringing on the table? Because that is how politics is. You're coming onto this table. What are you bringing on the table? What do you have? So as women, obviously, most of us do not have resources.
Yes.
But you can organize around people. You can mobilize people.
Mobilizing.
So where women need to start is first you need to join a political party.
Okay.
You need to start mobilizing people in your smallest unit possible.
So
that is your family.
Your family.
Start from your family, your neighbors,
community.
Your friends. Start mobilizing people.
Social media, maybe.
Social media. Start talking about issues that you're passionate about.
Right.
Start being the voice that the society is looking for. Be the voice that people want to hear. Because then that is how you start to mobilize people.
Yes.
And when you start to mobilize people and people coalesce around you and people start to respect you and they see you as a voice within them, then that is a resource that you have. And that is a resource that you can bring onto the table. Then you come in with importance because then you can mobilize people.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
So that is an easy space where women can start from. And there are many young people who have made it in office through mobilization of people. They obviously you need resources, but you first need to have the people. Because
Amazing.
that is the easiest resource that you can have. And when you have people, you can start from a small unit as MCA. You can just start by being an MCA. A ward is a very small unit. If you can just do door-to-door campaign, and I'll give you my example. I ran in Makadara constituency. I did not have resources, but I did door-to-door.
Yes.
I walked in all the doors in Makadara constituency.
Zote.
Hey. I walked on foot. I didn't even have a car.
Was it difficult?
It was difficult, but I did it because I was
Hey.
passionate.
Nice.
And I said, I want to be the MP of this Makadara constituency. I want to change it.
Yes.
This should be the #1 constituency in Nairobi.
Yes.
It is the constituency that everybody has been to. All right? It was the beginning of Nairobi.
Yes.
It used to be the high end of Nairobi when we were colonized.
Wow.
So this is a space, and it is within town, really, the proximity of Makadara to town. Makadara should be town, if you ask me, as we keep, as the population keeps growing. So for me, I was like, I need to get these people to another level. And I used my resource, which was my foot,
Yes.
and my people who believed in me, and we knocked each door in Makadara.
That's
they will tell you that they know me.
They know you.
They know me.
Hey.
And those who are online, those who know me, please say you know me, because I knocked on your door.
I like. So kumbuka my guys, it's hashtag Kwambox and Kev, and I'm hanging out with Sounds of Riley, and of course we're talking about the perception about women in leadership. We're talking to Pollyne Owoko. She's a political activist and of course an entrepreneur. Sasa kama mazoko na maswali, head into our hashtag Kwambox and Kev. Nimechiki my guys wengi wamedande hiyo hashtag, and we're talking about now when we come back, Pollyne, how do we ensure that we have more women in leadership positions?
Babylon must have forget blast away.
Morning Vibes, where you are the MVP.
254 Kamakawa, and she's always blazing our playlist. Right now, Banani is MJADALA. We're having a conversation with the one and only Pollyne Owoko, political activist, entrepreneur. She also ran in 2007 and ran for Makadara MP. So we're just bouncing off that experience alikuwa now, learning a few lessons here and there. And of course, today we're talking about the perception about women in leadership. Sir, Pollyne, I mean, it's a good thing when women occupy positions of leadership. Clearly, you know, they bring something different to the table. Wanasamanga, you know, women, one of the things, I don't know whether it's a stereotype, that women know how to manage money. You know, maybe because the nurturers naturally. But before we talk about money, because we'll talk about money and leadership, I mean, I feel like money, just so you don't know, leadership in a relate. But how do we ensure that we have more women in positions of leadership?
This must be a deliberate effort by the whole society.
Yes.
To make sure that we carry along the women. Women have been marginalized. We know that. It's not even something we want to start to argue about.
Yeah.
Because these days I see arguments of women are not marginalized, men are more marginalized. No. The truth of the matter is that the woman was expected to be at the homestead, and a woman was a second-class citizen and was not supposed to speak.
She's basically at the bottom of the food chain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was how it was, and those are our cultures. We are now a modern society, and we have to carry along our women. And a society that carries along women and empowers women is a society that is going to be very progressive. We have started doing that. So this has to be done right from even homestead. We started from the homestead. As parents, we have to show our children, both the boy and the girl, that they are equal, and get them to grow equally as such. All right.
Okay.
Because what happens in the homestead is that when there is not enough money, then the boy goes to school, the girl stays at home.
The girl at home.
All right.
Yeah.
Then when these two, the boy and the girl, comes home, the boy is told to play baba.
Yeah.
Lakini the girl is told, ebu kimbia uko kwa jikoni utengeneze baba chai.
Hata kani small, she's still young.
Yes, she's still younger than the boy.
She's been prepared for her role.
Exactly. She's been prepared for her role.
Hey.
You know, we live in a patriarchal society.
Yes,
That's the
yes.
truth of the matter.
Yeah.
So we have to start to dismantle that patriarchy at homestead with these kids as they start to go to school. We have to give both male and female a level playing ground.
Yes,
and that is the base. And the base is education. You do not expect someone, you don't expect the boy to have been so educated. The girl is less educated. Then you want them to compete on the same platform. They can't. In the corporate world, you're looking for educated people who have a certificate in something. And if a girl does not have that, then they cannot be employed.
So now, why did you decide to get into politics initially?
Because I felt that we need change.
Okay.
I feel the issues of women have not been articulated very well. There need to be more voices. You have to speak for yourself. And we need to have more women speaking for women.
Like, unajua mtu anaweza sema, we don't need all women to get into politics, surely. As right now, the narrative is almost as, get out there, get to these positions. Don't you think women can also be leaders in other industries, not necessarily politics?
Yes, I totally agree.
Yes.
However, they need to be at least 50% representation of both men and female. We are moving towards 50% representation of either gender. We are not even at 30.
But okay.
We are not even at 30 we speak.
True. But so far, we've seen apparently the same. There's a growing number of women who say wanaanza kuingia politics. Are you impressed by the caliber of these the new generation of women getting into politics? What are your thoughts? Unaona wako fiti?
Well, for me, that is really relative.
Okay.
Because if you ask me that the men who are contesting in those political positions, what kind of character are they?
I mean, we've already established wengi wao wako na they're rogue. They're horrible.
Exactly.
But you could almost say the same about probably some women are not good enough for leadership.
Yeah, but where are they? Aren't they in this society we are living in?
True.
Aren't they the representation of who we really are?
True.
Yes. So let everybody get out there.
Yeah.
You have your vote. Everybody has one vote.
Yeah.
Let everybody speak for themselves. What is it that they're going to do for their people? And then you go and exercise your right to vote for that person. We have many rogue MPs. All right? We have many rogue governors. We have many rogue senators. Those are male. I'm not advocating for rogue people in parliament. But who got them there?
Society.
Exactly. So this same society cannot turn around and say
True.
that these women are rogue. They shouldn't be. Who puts that? Who puts that platform to decide that this one is rogue and this one is not rogue?
Okay.
Let everybody come out, talk for yourself, talk to the people,
Uza sera zako.
mobilize your people. wacha upigiwe hiyo kura.
Wacha upigiwe.
Wacha
Enda
upigiwe
ujiuze
kura.
pale.
Enda ujiuze.
Sell your agenda.
Yeah, sell your agenda.
So, my guys, I want you to give us a call, 0719012700. If you're a lady especially, ama kama when you mandem, of course, and you're just curious about, some of the things that, of course, our very able guest, Pollyne Owoko, is talking about. If you have any questions for her, tafadhali, muulize maze, 0719012700. Mo Manches, hello. Niaje, good morning, bro.
Poa.
Smart sana. Uko na swali gani unadai kuuliza hapa guest wetu?
Swali yangu.
Yes. I don't think he had a question. Tupige simu bana 0719012700. And as you're calling us, let's talk. Okay, fine. Let me pick one more call. Hello.
Hello.
Niaje, good morning.
Good morning too.
Tunaongea na nani bana?
Naongea na Sabe Kimgani kutoka Meru.
Uko na swali yote hapa hivi guest wetu Pollyne?
Hapana, ningetaka kumwambia watu wa huku kwetu wote wakisema kitu hawafanyangi.
Aya, sasa tumepata. This question is a bit relevant. So guys, tupige simu 0719012700. Now, let's switch some gears. In fact, let's just take it to the next level. In terms of Kenya being a progressive society, do you think that the government, our society, has done enough to enable women to thrive in leadership? There's one thing about kuna sasa difference getting into leadership, and then another thing is thriving in your position as a leader. Has the government done enough?
Not quite. It's not enough. We need to do more. And earlier on, you had asked me, where do we need to start? We need to start from the homestead. Dismantle the patriarchy culture that we have within the homestead. Then we need to move into education. We have to carry along the girls. As when you look at the statistics of dropout in primary school, there are more girls who drop out. When you look at the high school level, the same. University, the same.
Yes,
so it means there are more girls who start education at the lower level, that is primary, but then they do not continue to high school, neither do they continue to university. And as those who continue, they drop out. So we need to start to see why is that happening and bring them along. That is number one. Number two, political parties. Political parties need to make it a deliberate effort to get more women into their political parties.
Umekuwa impressed na any political party so far with regards to having more women playing important roles kwa hizo maparty?
No. None. I'm not impressed with any political party in terms of really just mobilizing women into their party, because I'm not talking of getting women to run with that party, but the membership of the party.
Exactly.
When you're doing the recruitment of the party, of the members of the party, try and recruit more women, because already the men are there. Recruit more women into the party. Start to have programs that empower women. Start to give women skills within the political activities that they can actually do, so that then you raise their profile. Because when you raise their profile, then the society sees them, and the society will see that this is actually a leader. This is someone who can do something. Even I being here is raising my profile.
Of course.
And also the media needs to start to raise the profile of women. And you see, the media just want stories of the top running candidates for presidency. We have very many other young people here, persons with disability and women who are running for office. Why can't they be given a platform to just say, this is what I want to do for my people? Because then that raises the awareness that, actually that woman spoke so well, that youth spoke so well.
True. But now, once you're there, sasa kama, as a lady, as a woman, umeshafika kwa a leadership position, what are some of the common mistakes that women do wakishafika kwa hiyo position?
Well, I wouldn't say that it's only women who probably would make those political
No, of course
mistakes.
It's not only women, but today, of course, the emphasis on women is on women in leadership.
Yes. One of the things that women really needs to carry along is the women. Because once you have that platform,
Uh-huh.
you have it and you're holding it for the other women.
So
per se.
sour,
There are
yeah.
also women who have made it into parliament and or those political positions by the constitution requirements of 2/3 gender. So you actually sit on that seat because of what the constitution says about women. So you must carry the women's agenda.
Yeah.
Some women get
So
in there
unafaa
and they
kusupport
forget.
other women.
Yes, and you need
yes.
to carry the women's agenda.
Yeah.
You need to speak for the women.
Nakuget.
Because I sometimes I like now we have female members of parliament.
Uh-huh.
There's been a lot of bills to try and make sure that we have the 2/3 gender, a mechanism of making sure that we have the 2/3 gender.
Yes.
Why are they not speaking for the women?
Maybe hakuna goodwill from the
There is-
leaders.
Yes, there is no goodwill from the political party leaders. There's no goodwill. So I still feel that it is still upon them to try and get this goodwill going.
Awesome. So hold it right there. We're coming back. And of course, guys, tunabonga na Pollyne Owoko. She's a political activist and entrepreneur. We're talking about perception about women in leadership.
Morning vibes where you are the MVP. No negative vibes.
It's 8:52. We have about 8 minutes alafu to bounce. We're getting to the next hour. Mambo ya reading most itakuwa go down. But right now, we're still having a conversation with Pollyne Owoko. Of course, she's a political activist and entrepreneur. There's a lady hapa hivi anaitwa Jojo. The one and only Jojo. Jojo anakuuliza Pollyne. I want to, she's okay, nasema, please ask Pollyne, if I want to be where she is right now, what are the qualifications? Ama ni dunini? Yes, that's what she's asking.
Jojo, already kuuliza hiyo swali umeanza kujijibu.
Yeah.
Lazima ujitokeleze.
Manze.
You must come out. And coming out to ask what should I do is you start by first come out, and you've already come out. And I'll tell you this, Jojo, if you want to occupy a political space or you want to be active politically, start by mobilizing people on your ground.
Uko kwa ward yao.
Hapo tu kwa hiyo ward yako tu, anza tu kumobilize hao watu wa nyumba yenu hapo tu. Anza tu nao watu. Songa mbele kwa neighbors. Enda kwa mtaa hapo maviosk pale unanunua vitu.
Anawaambia nini akiwa approach? Anawaambia nini vitu ka nini?
Passion yako ni nini,
Okay.
Jojo?
Yeah.
How do you want to see the society? Unataka kuona society iko aje?
Imechange
Ni nini
aje,
unataka
nini?
kuchange? Ni nini umeexperience ile unaona haiko poa, unataka kuchange? Unaweza anzia hapo. Enda kwa maforums za wamadha. Wamadha wako na maforums mingi sana. Kuna pia maforums za youth mingi kila siku
Na akiulizwa
zinaendelea.
story ya do, because I know handout culture ni norma manze sahi, because and that's what really intimidates young guys.
Hatujafika story ya do hapa.
Yeah.
Hapa you just unauza tu sera zako. Unaongelelea mambo ya uongozi, unaongea mambo ya uongozi poa, unaongelelea shida zile ziko kwa hiyo area yenu.
Yes.
So unaanzia hapo. So pole watu unaanza kuwa msemaji wa watu wa kwenu.
Yeah.
Na ukianza kuwa msemaji wa watu wa area yako, that is how una raise profile yako.
I like that, baby.
Yeah.
Pollyne. That's very that's straight to the point.
Yeah.
Ukiangalia,
That's how you start it.
let's switch some gears. Unachiki bede story ya COVID ili affect my families mingi sana. There was a lot of GBV cases. I mean, families even broke up because of poverty. People lost jobs. As a woman, living in a toxic society like we see in this Nairobi, for example, how do you improve on your self-worth? Because hata kuna mama, even young girls who are living in homes, they don't know they're so broken, but they don't even know. They don't realize that they have a sense of, any ayuko, ana psych, she doesn't even feel like she's alive. How do you improve your self-worth as a woman?
Yeah, first of all, we have a problem with mentorship in this society. And we also have a problem with a backbone that can hold you as a woman, and even because we are even having many suicidal issues. And that clearly means that we don't have mentors. We need to have mentors. We need to mentor each other. At my level, I need to be able to mentor younger people around me, both socially and economically. And socially, it's just by just sitting with them and knowing to know what are the challenges that you're facing.
Okay.
What are the problems you're having? How can we sort out those issues? Because then you'll find mtu amesota, but next door kuna watu wanapatiana do.
Yeah.
Lakini hana information. Hakujua. Umesota, but kuna pahali unaweza enda uombe upate. Na pia hawezi shinda ukiomba every time. Lazima uone vile uta grow. So every person in whatever level you are in, you need a mentor. You need to identify a mentor. Mentors are very busy because they have a lot of things they're doing. But identify someone. Tell them, I want you to mentor me. I want you to listen to me and advise me. I want you to show me how I can grow, where I can get work, which course I should take. I want to go to college.
You know, Pollyne, speaking of which, many women believe that the only way she can be happy, have a sense of independence, ni kama kona do. Unajua. So is it true, women, do they need money to be happy and independent? Because nachikingi siku zote wanasema I need a job, nikipata tu job akikevo, I'm done with this man, nini nitakuwa too fit. Do you need money as a woman to be happy? Is it true? Kusema tu kweli.
Money is not happiness. Who you are, how you have formed yourself, your opinions about things, what keeps you going? Why do you wake up every morning? I think that's the most important thing.
Purpose.
Yeah. Yes, what is your purpose? Money, yes, you need it, but there are very many people with money, but they're very lonely.
Exactly.
They're not happy.
Kweli.
There are people who have money, but they have committed suicide. What does that tell you? It tells you that money is not everything.
True.
What is valuable in life that I can tell you, for me, what is valuable for me is my relationship with people.
Nice.
Very valuable for me.
Wow.
Relationship with people.
Wow.
And that is my husband, my children, my friends, and people around
your
me.
community.
My community.
Nice
the
one.
people I employ, the people I work with. For me, the relationships I have with these people keeps me sane.
Nice one. Alafu finally, Pollyne, because I know we don't have time, tunachikidi ni saseto na prepare for the news. How do you define, utadefinaje our society, our democracy, this Kenyan one, at this particular moment? In your words, the way you see things happening, this episode, if it was even a TV show, how would you define what we're going through?
It's actually very confusing. Yeah, extremely confusing. When you look into the constitution of what kind of a democracy we are, you wonder what we have right now. The one we have right now is very special because we have a government which is in partnership with the opposition. And one arm of this government is now in opposition, and everybody seems to be aligning all over the place, and you're left wondering, does this political party thing really work? It still doesn't work. So I want to say that we are a young democracy in terms of entrenching political parties and having political parties that work.
Yes.
Political parties that have people that are there to stay. That is one challenge we have as a country. What you clearly see is that we jump into a political party to get what we want to get, and then we move out.
Oh, so it's just about interest.
It's about interest.
Hey, we are suffering.
Yes.
Ni noma kabisa.
Yeah, it's about interest.
Pollyne, asante sana. Thank you so much for joining us. Time imeenda haraka sana. Where can people reach out to you, because you're a mentor?
You can reach me, I guess, on my number. I don't want to give it publicly.
Media?
Social media, yes, you will find me. I'm a bit inactive.
Okay.
I will leave my number behind.
Okay. I'll put it. Mtu akiniuliza nitampatia.
Yes. I'm willing to speak with you. I'm willing to mentor you.
Asante sana,
help you.
This is the Modern Vibes on Vibes Radio.